it's time to go from just where you're at to being world known. And through the power of God, man, I am not doing any of this. I have done none of this. God gave me a new name. God gave me a new purpose. God gave me a new life. And being born again and transitioning into this new and just completely renewed state of mind, completely renewed heart. Just I'm a totally new person. So if you've ever known me or you've ever been around me or you've ever you probably remember very, very vaguely or very instinctively with detail what went down, what was said, or how you felt, or how I made you feel. I did not realize like that this was one of my gifts. It has always been peculiarly one of my gifts, but I was also very shy, not even shy, just unaware or unsure of who I was, very humble in a sense, right? But in allowing people to base their opinions on me and accepting what it was, especially from people that I held to a high standard, you know, whether it be teachers, whether it be family, whether it be close friends, whether it be myself. At the end of the day, it's a self thing, but once you take in so much outside influence, you know, you start forgetting how God see you. And or maybe you don't know how God see you, and so you just start, you know, you don't become the person who you think that you should be. You don't have a sense of self, and you know, the dreams of your youth get shattered. They never get reached, and you know, the world starts putting what it feels that you are on you. I don't know how many times I've changed my name and went to jail and got out of jail. I'm starting a new life. I want to go with a new name, and you know, these various rebirths in my life just never. They kind of always fizzled away. I got better over time. I got better in my mind. I got better spiritually. I got better mentally, but I just always reverted back to the same cycles. Right? Even if I were to quit doing something that I knew was holding me back from my greatest potential, I ran back to it eventually. Either I got too happy and excited that things were going too well, or things were just not going well at all, and I ran back to it. This is what I knew. This is what I know. Been struggling with it all the way up into the transition of 2023, 2024 to where I am here now, to where I finally got it. Thank God that he continued to, with open arms, allow me to run back to him, because even during my little journey where I said, yo, Lord, I'm about to really get down for you and really like live for you and go through I've ran away so many times. You know, I ran away to the same various drugs. I ran away to dark, shadowy acts of just running away. You know, 2023, December 21st, I'm at the mall, Pentagon City Mall. This is another very pivotal point in my life. I never really had much to offer come Christmas time. I always wanted to make sure that my family was taken care of, though, especially like my son and stuff. If anything, I could just get, you know, him a little something, just something. I don't know why I always struggle during these times, but for years I have been struggling during the holiday season. But I was always cheerful, always willing and ready to give myself and my presence. And I understand truly that that is the most important thing. Gifts, they'll ruin, they'll expire, but nothing is going to settle in like something that was either, you know, made, created, or traded for your valuable time that you cannot get back. And I really truly understand that that is our most valuable asset that we are given from God. It's like his money. Why waste it, right? So that's something else. But December 21st, I'm in the mall. and I had like $40. I picked up some scarves because in my mind, these weren't gonna be just scarves. I know I had some stuff creatively in my mind at the time that I wanted to do with these scarves for my family, you know, my brother, my mom, my dad, and my son. And that's all I had. That's all I had, $40. But I was gonna make these scarves something that you could not get. They were one of one. So turn a $10 scarf into a timeless, priceless piece, gift that I could give. And I had this in my mind. Before I left, and I'll rewind a little bit because in November, I remember telling my mom, like, oh, I couldn't wait to get to this chapter 36. I couldn't wait as a video. I couldn't wait to get to this chapter, and because that last chapter I was in, I gave up on that chapter. I just started flipping through the pages. I messed up so much. I did so much stuff. I'm just ready for this new chapter, and we often feel like, you know, when birthdays come around, it's just like it's time for a new, or when New Year comes around, it's time for a new beginning. This was my new beginning. I remember crying on the phone, just like, this is the year of the breakthrough. This is the year that things are going to change. I knew it. I manifested it then because I was fully leaned on purposely giving my life to God. And so when you do that, I know purposely, you know what I'm saying? Because the word says, once you fully submit to God, then your prosperity will come. Listen to the word. And I just, you know, I love God and I believe in God, but I still had some etching away. I still had some sculpting. I still had some molding. I still had some qualifying to do, even though I knew I was called from a youngling, that I would one day be a light. I was told that by the elders as a youth. I knew this. I ran from it though for so long because it required me to let go of things that I did not want to let go of. It required me to be submissive in areas that I did not want to be submissive. It required me to change my ways. It required me to accept responsibilities. It required me to accept things about myself. It required me to look in the mirror and say, that's not who I am. That's not who God sees me as. And I respect myself too much to allow that to continue to be my outlook, even if it is done with the lights off so that I can't see myself doing so. I have $40. I invested in them scarves. But God said, go back in that mall before you leave. I need you to do something for me. And I made a video. And a lot of people know that video now is one of those videos that just, you know, it's stained in the stain of time. It's very poetic. It's like poetry rap, like a little bit. And I'm like going into every store and I'm like, I've been at every store in this mall. I've been at every store in this mall, and I've been to the watch store, and they can't sell you. They'll sell you a watch, but they can't sell you no time in there. And I've been to the shoe store, and they'll sell you some shoes, but they can't sell you a way to walk in there. They can't sell you a path in there. I've been to the jersey store. They can't sell you how to build a team. I've been to the Apple store, and they can sell you a phone. They can sell you a way to connect, but they can't sell you a connection with anybody, not yourself, not God. I think that's one of the ones that hit for real. And still, because of how I felt about myself, I held back from posting that, because at the end of it, I was very boastful and saying, but you know what, though, God can provide all these things, and you don't need to even buy it. Salvation is free. And a true statement. I closed it out. But I did not post it because I was not ashamed. I was on a precipice of change. Something in me told me that this is going to be something, but it's also going to set me apart in what I believe now, and how I'm moving about in my life now, versus, you know, how I was moving. It's going to set things apart. So I didn't post it. I sat on it. Wow. Once she went to bed and Bags finally went out there and I'm sitting with myself, I'm just like, oh my gosh. I am the gift. I'm the gift. I'm the gift. And so I told Bags, I need all them bows. I need a bunch of green bows. I like the green. I need a bunch of them though. I'm gonna start wearing them on my face. But I went with it. It's for God. I started really reading the word, and I think I came across this one joint that it was talking about, if I am in my right mind, it is for you. If I'm out of my right mind, it is for God. It looked crazy, it looked whatever, but for God, I will do it, because he sat me up before I went to bed that morning, and he said, okay, I want you to post that video. I got the bow on my face still and everything. This is when I'm sitting and I'm recollecting. I'm like, but you know what this means though, right? If you post that video, you represent the gang. You down for me. You're unashamed. You represent me. You know what this means. Post a video if you're ready. And I made that decision that I was ready. And I posted it. I posted it and went to sleep. I ain't want no one of that. I posted it, went to sleep. Just like, oh my gosh. I just posted about God, like, and not that posting about God is there's anything bad with it, right? But this, I just felt like was just like, there was something in my spirit that said, this is different. Normally I'm posting about something else. I'm posting about something funny. I'm trying to be funny, or I'm rapping or showing off my talents. And I love God, but I ain't really, like just out there with like this. So I was always scared of just posting stuff and really going viral, because I was ashamed of the things that I had done and some of the secrets that I was holding in my back pocket, that if I were to ever get too famous or too viral or what have you, that somebody would point me out and say, hey, ain't that, or hey, ain't that, and bring my shadows against me and use them for my harm. And or maybe, because I didn't expel truths that I hid in my back pocket that didn't really even resonate with my energy, which is probably the reason why I hid them, that the devil would use them and twist them into a lie and make them worse, because I failed to tell the truth about them. And so it would lead me to either being responsive or being shut out. And you know how cancel culture is. I would have flew up and I would have got shot down, and it all played out in my mind just like that. And so I edged putting myself out there, because I knew that I had star ability. I knew I had icon ability, to where if I could be consistent with anything or really put myself out there, I'll be something. But I just, my shadows were not something that I was willing to accept. And so it held me back from a long time, struggling and not reaching this plateau that I have finally reached, praise God. Started feeling even more confident and good about it. Like, this ain't my doing. This is the Lord's doing. He must feel a certain type of special way about your boy if I'm the only one that he gave a mark on a face to represent him. Must be. That's how I felt about it. And then what solidified it was the video going viral. That joke went, man, what? So crazy. Joke went up so crazy that even now it's still sitting at big millions. I did not have my my Instagram set up to where I could be monetized, because I would have received crazy amounts of money. Nor did I have the bow on when I made the video, so people didn't resonate when they see me that, oh, that's that special peculiar kid who made that video in the mall in the Pentagon. Oh, because the comments on the joint is crazy. Like, protect this person at all costs. He's a chosen one. Like, They didn't resonate the two. Right? They didn't resonate the two. They resonated the message, and then they seen me with a bow, and it just, I don't know. But now, it makes perfect sense. It's a renewing of your mind moment. That's it. With faith, you can move mountains. I'm moving a mountain right now. I literally went up to a mountain when God told me that it could move mountains, and I wanted to see if this mountain was going to move, and I pushed and I pushed and I pushed. I said, Lord, it ain't moving. He said, you don't fully believe. I said, yes, I do. Yes, I do. He said, no, you don't. So I went again, and I pushed the mountain. I was pushing the mountain, pushing the mountain, pushing the mountain. I said, Lord, did it, well, I pushed the mountain. Did it move? He said, did it? I don't know. Yeah, it did. Did it? It did. It moved. Okay. But how far did it move? I never told you how far that it needs to move. I said that you would be able to move mountains. I didn't give you a point and destination. I told you to wait. I told you to trust me. I never told you that it was going to come on a certain day. I told you the abundance was coming. I told you to do that. I told you to post that post, and that's what I said do. I didn't tell you that it was going to go viral. You would have did it because it was going to go viral. So when you're moving a mountain, the mountain could actually be you. If you're stuck in your ways, but you're so vast and so big that you are just sitting out, you know you have that star quality, you know you have that God-like ability, you know you have that talent, but yet and still you are not moving. You in your own way. Move the mountain. That day I understood.